Sonic.exe. You've seen it around, you've heard of it. It was so popular that there were even games made. Stuff like The Disaster became one of the most popular EXE games out there on Roblox. It's one of the most famous creepypastas out there. But of course, he's not the only one. Mario actually has his own EXE community. His fan games were actually very well decently made. And of course, like The Disaster, he will soon have his own disaster-like game. And this game is called the Catastrophes. This game has so much effort put into this. The music, the renders, the gameplay, everything about this game is screaming that it has so much potential, and I just had to cover it. I'll be talking to the dev team, asking them your amazing questions that you left on my post about the game. How about you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm KPG65, one of the co-directors for the Catastrophes.
I am MadLad. I am also a co-director on the Catastrophes.
My name is Blacklight. I'm the lead artist for the project. I've done some character designs for the characters in the games.
So how this interview is going to go is I'm splitting these off into 3 different sections. First is first release / gameplay. Second is future plans and suggestions. Third is development questions. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes,
Third time's the charm.
Yes, sir, Mr. Plants.
It's been one of those days. Let's get this over with.
Question 1. Just one question. What exactly would the starter roster look like?
So there's Cool Rush as your starter killer. He's your basic all-rounder. We have Sentry, which is a ranged killer. Your ranged to kind of spice it up if you want to change things up. We have Sabrina, Lewis, Penelope, Wharton, and Wilson. In total, I believe servers, if my math isn't wrong, will be 6 people on release. And with the ever-expanding roster that we have planned, it'll only get... The max will be about 8, but on release, you'll have like about 5 survivors to choose from. Albeit, all of them are different playstyles, of course, but, you know, pretty obvious.
Second question. How's the core gameplay of the survivors gonna be? Doing generators or just surviving till the exit opens?
For right now...
Oh, my bad.
I was just gonna say, for right now, we don't really have, like tasks for you to do mid-round for survive and help your team until said exit opens, but we have
we do have missions in like talks.
Yeah.
Like in terms of gameplay. We have it in the talk. Whether or not we add it is still up in the air as things are changing, like always, but we've been focusing on gameplay first before like any extra stuff, but possibly.
Yeah.
Question 3. Will there be tasks to do?
I think an idea we had talked about was, you know, the red rings from like, I don't know, Mario Wii, red coins or something, like stuff like that. Like that's just an example. That's a hypothetical. Collecting a certain amount of stuff, maybe like, I don't know, NPCs around the map, maybe. We may or may not do like a mission system like that.
Question 4. Will Lewis have anything Luigi's Mansion related in his movesets, like the Poltergeist?
As of now, he does not have anything related to Luigi's Mansion now. As of right now. I feel like if we do possibly do a third ability, we could see if we could fit anything Luigi's Mansion 3D styled in there, or Luigi's Mansion in general in there.
Question 5. What will Cool Rash's playstyle be?
If I had to give like a more in-depth explanation, he is a rush down all-arounder. He's good with projectiles. He's good, but he's a good all-arounder overall. He can keep up with the toys and keep pace with them. Again, don't see him as like the perfect starter because I don't think everybody's going to be satisfied with his gameplay style, but I definitely think he'll be a decent starter.
Yeah.
Question 6. Will all LMS have the entire song be like Lewis? What I mean by this is that will the whole song have lyrics?
No, not all of them.
No, not all of the LMSs will have lyrics. However, like, there might be, like, crumbs of some sampled lyrics, like, stuff like that.
So, like, for example, Walson had, like, a part of his song that had, like, lyrics in the middle of it, for example. So, some characters will get that kind of treatment, others might get full lyrics, others may not get lyrics at all. It just really depends on if we feel they work for said character.
Copycats and phony poppin'. Nah, I just can't.
Exactly.
It's just, dude, it's, oh my god.
That song has been all over TikTok for such a while, I cannot believe it.
Question 7. I don't know if they've confirmed this, but will we be able to play as multiple of the same characters in a round?
I've stated this a couple of times. No. If you see any gameplay, like, either, like, shown like publicly and stuff. There will be occasionally like duplicates of characters, but the only reason is that the server limit, from what I can recall, was turned up to allow more people in. So if you see duplicates in gameplay, that's why. Other than that, no, to avoid a thing we call character stacking, which is a flawed gameplay style in itself. Because with character stacking, you can basically infinitely combo with the same character, which was a major problem of a game that will not be mentioned.
You can probably expect it in private servers, at least the option to character stack, because we do understand the fun in character stacking, but not in public servers.
Question number 8. How many cosmetics are in the work or planned, as well as future emotes?
We do have quite a couple planned. None that I'm gonna go into nor can bring up. But we do have cosmetics in the work, but they are not as high priority. So most of them are just on paper for now or have refs.
You will most likely see like the skins a lot more later down the line, or when the game itself is on a greater state than how it is.
When we think we're on a decent enough place to start adding like emote systems and shop systems and skin systems, that's when like that's essentially when we'll push that stuff into production. We'll probably get some help with the community for skins too, because that's something I've planned out at least.
It's really good that you guys are focusing more on gameplay than later down the line just adding cosmetics once the game's is in a much more finished state.
I mean, you can expect maybe like 1 or 2 cosmetics like for characters on launch, but not anything crazy amount.
Question 9. Are there any special movement gimmicks that will be in the game? Pipes, cannons, etc.?
There are no special movements as of yet. However, like stuff like pipes and cannons are planned to be some form of exit or escape. So in some way, shape, or form, you'll get it.
Question 10. What will Sabrina's playstyle be like?
Okay, so as of this video, or at least this take of the video, I personally reworked Sabrina. Sabrina is a 95 health glass cannon. She is meant to not only stall the killer, but also use her evasive skills to outmaneuver them. She's high risk, high reward. If you fail to hit one of, let's say you're stunned, hypothetically not going to say any moves, you'll most likely get dire end lag for it, as Sabrina, as of now, is the fastest survivor for 0.1. She's like 1% faster than Lewis, which makes her the fastest.
So she's probably going to be one of the most annoying to deal with if you got like a really high tier player playing as Sabrina.
Yep.
Most likely, yes.
Question 11. Will someone have annoying voice lines when they escape the killer or activate a shield? Man, I'm sure that references something.
Depends on what you consider annoying.
I will say, most of these survivors do have like escape lines and stuff. So if you get annoyed, blame me. I wrote the scripts. Most of them. We already have voice settings in game. You're going to be able to mute the voices. I definitely wanted to utilize our voice actors a lot more compared to other asym games, because as cool as it is, like, I don't think 1 or 2 survivors should have like voice lines. I think them having personality kind of gives them life.
Question 12. Do you guys have an idea for how Wharton specifically will play? What moves can you tell us he'll have?
Gonna get the ability to use his waft, and basically what it'll be, he'll eat a garlic, he'll be able to move around like slightly, but very hindered. But then when you press the button again, he'll launch into the air and leave like a stink cloud around that will like blur and slow the killer down. And
think of it like the Smash Bros.
Yes, it's basically like the Smash Brothers one, and you can use it as a double jump. So if you jump and then
that
activate it in the air, you basically get a double jump as well.
I believe it's the longer you store your waft, the more like height you get out of it, I believe.
More height and how big the cloud is.
And I'm guessing because of his like, well, fat frame, he's not going to be good at jumping, which is why he needs that double jump.
Yeah, he's not good at jumping. He needs that.
Yeah. He can make like average jumps, but
anything higher, he's absolutely chopped. Wharton's shoulder bash has definitely seen a nerf because of his passive changing.
Question 13. Out of the planned survivors on release, who is the healer? I wanted to know because I plan on being a healer main in every horror asym game I come across.
Penelope. Penelope is a healer, a kind of tanky healer, even if, like, for her kind, she's not usually all healers in games like these have 115 health. But Penelope does, simply because of the fact we all know all you fat, smelly Cool Rash mains are gonna fucking target her. On top of that, I believe she heals 25 per, I think it's per tick, but I think a tick is like maybe like 2 seconds. or like 1. As of now, unless that gets balanced or changed, she does like 25 per leg tick. She has an ability called Royal Guard, which if the killer hits it, she highlights herself, and if the killer punches her, the killer will bounce off. You can use this to also guard your teammates if you're by them, and it'll do the same for them. This ability is more meant to like help with support and stuff.
All right.
Oh wait, and I can't forget the glide. She glides with her parasol if you press space in the air again. Also, Soren, if you're fucking watching this, you suck at Penelope. Just wanted to put that out there. Keep that in.
Yeah, I'll keep that in. Number 14. Will Waluigi get better representation in this game, unlike Smash Bros?
We sure hope so.
Walson will get a lot of love. Don't worry. As a Waluigi and Walson fan myself, I will ensure.
Question 15. How will the hunters catch up when the toys are jumping around? Will there be cooldowns after like 5 jumps? So pretty much they're worried that people are just going to be spamming jump all day, which would really just be a hard time for the Cool Rash or any of the killer's hitbox.
While we may not necessarily have one in-game like set in stone right now, we do have plans and a couple solutions in mind to stop people from just infinitely jumping the whole round and being a pain in the ass to hit.
I believe every jump, your height decreases by 25% until you have to stop. So your jumps will get lower and lower until you're basically a brick.
That's one
of the systems that we had in mind. And then there was like a 5 jump. After every 5 jumps, it'd go on cooldown. That was one that we had in place before as well. We're trying to get the first one I mentioned set up just to see how it works. We're definitely working on it though. We're working on it.
Question 16. Since the game is going to be more vertical movement based, will the killer have an ability that negates that or make it harder for them to use the jump?
I would say most killers are going to have abilities that are good to use if they're just always jumping around. Maybe not necessarily stop them from jumping altogether, but yeah, each killer will probably at the very least have one move to help with that.
Question 17. Will there be private server killers and survivors?
We don't like having dev exclusive killers or characters in general. That's why if there are any characters that you guys see that are not going to be in the main game, they will always be available in private servers because we ever put...
To be fair, you already seen the A private server.
Yeah, you've seen a private server character in the form of Papyrus, and yes, he is coming to private servers as a survivor.
That is an idea. It might take a while because we need to get the main game done, but he is considered to be in private servers.
There will be private server characters for everyone to enjoy. The most exclusivity you'll see devs have is maybe like dev exclusive skins, but that's really about it. Character-wise, you guys will always get any character that we make, whether they be private server or public.
Alright, question 18. Will there be revives like OM, or is it a one and done kind of thing like Forsaken?
Okay, so from what I drafted out, this is just the idea. This is the premise. There is a life system, but there's no downs necessarily. Once you die, you respawn at a specific portion of the map. However, you don't spawn back with 50 health or 100. You spawn with 25 health for now. The extra lives, however, as of now, there's no way to get more. There's definitely no way to get more right now, as we haven't planned anything with that yet. So, like, every character gets a specific amount, and it's the same amount for everybody, which will be 2. Once you hit something like LMS, however, all of your lives drain to 0, and you basically can't die. You're down your last life, basically.
Question 19. Why Mariano is not a playable character?
So, Mariano was the test dummy for the toy box. He was the test dummy. The Ringmaster put him through a bunch of rigorous, games, essentially. Testing each killer's might against him one-on-one, and then put each killer up against him in one big royale, if you will, of Mariano versus every killer. These killers are killers that have been seen and killers that have not been seen yet. So any character from 0.1 to V1 is there. So it's not just the base 4 that have been revealed right now. It was everybody. Mariano basically got jumped by every single killer, and he died at the last home stretch of it, the last 10 seconds. It's still not definitive who killed him, but most of the cast guessed it's Cool Rash. So Cool Rash kind of took the credit. That chud.
So basically, part of the lore, he's dead by the time the toy box is going on with all the survivors.
Yeah, and Mariano did give all of the killers a run for their money too. They just had to wear him down, though. It was a matter of him getting weared down.
Question 20. How did the characters end up trapped in game?
I'm gonna go down the list of who in order got captured. Lewis went out to the forest where the toy box lied, where Mariano went, because Mariano went there after having been given an invitation by Penelope to meet him in the forest. You know, labeling it as her oh so heart-filled confession. The ringmaster wrote that shit. He's an op. After kidnapping Mariano and after Mariano's eventual death, first came Lewis. Lewis went into the forest searching for Mariano because that was the last place he'd been seen entering, apparently. Lewis ended up inevitably getting captured as well and put into some sort of waiting limbo. Next came Penelope and Sabrina, both looking for Lewis because he had inevitably been missing for weeks by that point. And just the same as Lewis, they entered the forest and never came out. However, Wharton and Walson, being the fat chuds they are, were robbing a fucking whatever you want to call the Mushroom Kingdom Goodwill, and they had inevitably found some sort of box. After opening it, they were sucked in. There are many different portals to the toy box, and they had just stumbled upon one by chance. However, for the killers, it's a little different, because, like, it's either you go there willingly or you don't. Most of them go there willingly, though.
However, the ringmaster has had to pull some strings and just straight up force others.
Question 21. Will there be milestones/levels for characters in the game?
Yes. However, there's not many designed as of now. Blacklight did design Lewis's, which is the only somewhat at least sketched. However, we haven't been focusing on skins as of now. So, but yes, there will be a milestone system.
Next question. Question 22. Actually, I was wondering if there will be survivor synergy, like say a survivor could be enhanced by interacting with another player to make a duo combo ability.
We had talked about that, and as much as we would love to do that, because it would be a fucking awesome reference like the RPG games and something like that, God knows how much of a pain in the ass it would be for our poor coders to have to code all of that in first. So,
gosh.
For the alpha, maybe it wouldn't be as bad, but later down the line, when we have so many other characters, it would be hell. But we have talked about it many a time. Maybe somehow we'll find a way, but...
It would have to be a character that buffs other characters.
Yeah.
With all due respect, that's like, it's way too much to do entire bros attacks.
But trust me, we do like the idea.
Next question. Question 23. What playstyle will the characters that are currently being developed be?
Lewis fulfills, So I'd like to say he's a getaway long-range stunner. He's all about keeping his distance. Green Missile doesn't necessarily stun, as it's more of a knockback. It can help get a character like Cool Rash off an edge if he's chasing somebody. Wharton is definitely up close and personal in terms of stun, because, you know, he literally charges towards the killer. And the knockback really does him some good too, considering it also gives him distance on top of that. Walson, as of now, he's definitely the risk-reward character. He's the gambler. He is the gambling character. He's a risk-reward. Sabrina, definitely a staller. Glass cannon staller. She's meant to help stall out the killer and stuff. Penelope, she is more of a guardian and a protector. If you want to, you can put yourself on the line, but you're not much faster than Wharton. You're like a little bit faster than him. So it's still pretty risky either way.
One last thing I want to say about Wilson. Wilson will probably be the closest thing to a quote-unquote survivalist just because of him being a risk-reward-esque character. But just know, just because he's semi-survivalist, that does not mean you should just let your team die. Because trust me, during LMSs, you might regret it. Unless you're just really cracked.
I'm gonna be so for real. I'm gonna let a few people die just to hear the amazing LMS from any of the characters. That's fair, but just be ready for a fight. Yeah. Will the game have custom LMS music inspired by games like Luigi's Mansion for Luigi and Mario 64, etc.? I know that the Lewis one has a Luigi Mansion motif inside of that. Will there be more for the other characters?
Yes.
Absolutely. We want to harken back to a lot of Mario history in terms of honoring the characters. We try and look back as far as we can for examples for character themes and stuff for their solos. So we do try and put care into like what our source media is, what their genre is for the most part.
So like Wilson had the Waluigi pinball motif, as you could probably have heard, and Penelope with the teaser, like the snippet we had posted a while back, you might have heard like the Mario 64 castle motif, for example. When we make an LMS, we want it to not only fit the character, we want it to represent like their most important,
their moral
who they
code.
are, their moral codes, like, and their most important, like most memorable like adventures and stuff like that.
This is like a double question, like a double whammy. Question 25. When can we expect teasers for Penelope's and Wharton's solo theme? Number 2. What is Shroomis's role in the Catastrophes?
I don't know when this video will be posted, but as of it being recorded, next week is anniversary week, so who knows what could drop then.
For Shroomish, I'll let KBG discuss that.
For the most part, he's definitely he's a mixed survivalist sentinel. That's all I'll say. How it works will be explained in the future once we get to that point.
I know that Toad is a speedy character in pretty much every Mario game. Would that be a thing for Shroomish?
Yeah, when he comes out, he will be in like the max speed a survivor can be.
Yep.
So like take that as you will. His base speed is Lewis's, but there will be a way that he will speed up. Again, his jump height will be lower than Wharton's most likely.
So he could be the lowest of the low jump.
Probably the lowest a survivor can go, but also the highest speed a survivor can go.
I'd say that's a pretty unique trade-off. Low jump, but high speeds. Next question. Question 26. Will there be cosmetic sets in the game? Like, you know, combo sets of, like, complete characters?
We have full skins, so it's not like cosmetics.
I mean, if you wanted to count, like, technically, yes, they're all full sets, but they're not, like, something you can, like, mix and match.
Oh, so they're not going to be mix and match cosmetics, just full set changes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
I planned out how it'll work. It's a chart of who will have what, basically. So there's low tiers, which are just a simple model swap, nothing much. Mid tiers, where you get some new animations and one-sided dialogue if you interact with another survivor. And then we have the all-star skins, which all around basically make it an entirely new character in terms of animations, dialogue, and who knows, maybe even solos. So some skins could possibly get custom solos. However, the duration of the solo would be the same as the base solo, as to not create skins that make shorter solos.
Question 27. Will the maps have custom mechanics like the explosion of YCR and outcome memories?
Yes.
Yes.
We have ideas. I already have one at the top of my head, but I feel like I should, again, stay tuned for the anniversary. We do have ideas for the concluding 100s for all the maps. Something will happen. Stuff you have to deal with as the map is coming to its finale.
Question 28. Which maps will the game have? Like maybe 1-1 or Toad Town from Partners in Time? I'd like to know.
On release, Waste Yard, as of now, has been completely scrapped. But there will be another map coming in its place, and again, by the time this is posted, it'll probably be the anniversary.
It would most likely been already teased.
Basically, the 3 release maps are the map that we haven't shown off yet, which will be replacing Waste Yard.
Babam Battlefield.
Babam Battlefield and the Forest Maze.
Those are the ones.
Which
current.
all 3 maps are making wonderful progress. Shout out to our map makers. Yeah, they have been.
They cooked.
They
simply
cook. They've been
Locked in hard.
All of our map makers literally just formed like a little group within the dev team, and they just like all like multiple of them will be on the map like per day, just working on it, and it's beautiful to see.
Question 29. Are the maps going to be killer-sided or survivor-sided?
We want them to be like
Want them to be balanced, but
We
I'd
want it
say
to
the
be, like,
only one that
50-50.
might be killer-sided is like maybe Forest Maze because of the poison lakes.
Yeah, but then the thing about the poison is we also have an idea where it will affect hunters as well, so it's not just a one-sided hazard. Everybody's got to be careful, because we don't want maps to determine whether or not a killer is good or a toy is good.
Question number 30. Which character do you think players will love more? Like, which one do you assume there's going to be, like, a lot of people playing or maining?
I think I could see a lot of Lewis mains. I think Lewis is pretty good.
I
I
could
can see a lot of
see-
Cool Rash mains as well.
That's like saying the poster child is going to be mostly used, which is fair, but
I'm
like
not
there's
gonna
other
lie,
choices.
for those who like the support characters, I think you are really going to like Penelope. Because she's such she's, I'm not going to say really unique since she's a healer, she's got to heal, but in the terms of how she plays and the fact that her survivability is like above average considering what her role is. I think people have a lot more fun with her. Same with Walson and Sabrina. More so Walson mains, because there's gonna be those Walson mains who are fucking, like, so lucky they should be entering the nearest casino to make bank.
Question 31. Has Mariano ever knocked out a killer? And if not, what if he had allies like Lewis and Sabrina?
Mariano's knocked out a killer. Yep, just through
most likely,
sheer, just with the sheer amount of power on display with everybody. Yeah, more than likely.
Question number 32. When did the idea for making Catastrophes came to be? Was it when Outcome Memories was released during the Sonic.exe, The Disaster, or just way beforehand? Like,
It was definitely during the Disaster era, as old pictures and stuff of the game was one of the old thumbnails for the game was based off of TD. The game took inspiration visually, at least model-wise, from OM, but nothing more than that.
Yeah.
The idea was more so Disaster than OM, because at the time OM was still in development.
Yeah, OM was like maybe 6 months in, I think, in development.
Yeah.
I may be wrong.
Yeah,
But
the game was still in development by the time like we had started getting things fired up.
yeah.
Yeah.
question 33. Alright, here's my question. Since the game has voice actors for likely every character, will the characters in the game will have some back and forth conversations and some cool interactions with each other? I mean, hey, I'm excited for the game.
Yes.
Yeah, my plan was that if you click on another survivor, it will start up one of two interactions. One based on the character who interacts, but like both being based on the character who interacts first, and then that dialogue will play the little back and forth between them, kind of showing how the characters bounce off of each other and how they speak to each other.
Like I would say, per example, think of it's like Lewis and Penelope. If Penelope clicked Lewis first, Penelope would start the conversation.
And the topics would likely be different depending on who starts it.
What about them interacting with the killer?
No, that used to be a thing in the script, but the killer already interacts with them based on range, basically saying like, "Oh, what an unfortunate surprise!" Like Korash says that when he gets close. If they get away, he says, "Ah!" Like it would have been way too much, like hearing Lewis scream or something while Korash is like talking as well. You'll get death sounds, but you won't get like super interactions.
Question 35. I skipped it because the last one there was nothing. Will power-ups only work passively, or will some give you another ability?
It's a mixture, because like it's planned that there will be a power-up storage like area on your UI. It's really mixed. Some of them will be passive, like hypothetically a mushroom would give you mini boost. Like a fire flower hypothetically could act as like a flamethrower or something if you've ever played Dimensional Coalescence. Again, these are all hypotheticals as we haven't written out the power-ups because we're focusing on base gameplay and then all the passive and item stuff.
If I were to offer my take on it, I feel like whatever passive or ability it would be shared. So like if the toys get it, that same power-up, they would get either the same ability or same passive.
Oh yeah, I heard that a hunter could possibly get the power-ups and get their own boost.
From what I remember talking about, it was like certain power-ups they'd be able to get, I think. Or like they would have exclusive ones.
Most of them would be like buffs and stuff. That's what would happen.
Yeah.
Like Killer A gets like this increased amount of like attack power or speed for a temporary amount of time. Like it would definitely all be passive for Killer, as to not create like a bunch of like overwhelming abilities with the power-ups.
Question 36. How far are you in development? Nothing done to complete. So what is the current state of it?
We're definitely midway through development. A little bit over.
I would say 53.
We're a little bit over mid-production now, and we're starting to get into like gameplay and tuning, and it's just a lot of fine-tuning.
On the topic of progression, I just want to say to any of our other team members or dev members who may watch this interview when it drops, thank you guys so much. I don't know if we say it enough, but this shit would not be possible. We love you guys. This shit would not be possible without every single person on that dev team, and we love you guys. You guys are like a second family to me. Corny, I know, but I mean it. You guys are awesome, and I can't wait to see the future of this game that we create together.
Do you think the game will come out by the end of this year?
When the game had first started, I had said I would say something along the lines of give it 2 years. Let's see, basically Wednesday of next week of the time this is being recorded, that'll be the first year. So now I'm gonna say give it a year, and we'll see where it's at. No promises, nothing super.
Just
crazy,
give it a year, not confirmed, but just give it a year and see where it is at right now.
We'll see where we are.
Man.
We'll discuss.
All right,
trust me. When the game is ready, you guys will be the first to know.
We have so much cool shit planned. You guys have no
literally,
idea.
I'm excited for the alpha because, dude, what we have planned in the future. I'm so ready.
Question 38. Will there be any open game tests?
On the stream, Matt had said February. That estimate was not agreed upon, which is why I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Granted, we don't have to do it, like I did say. It was just if I had to make an assumption.
Do you want an open game test, or do you feel like it should stay closed up until release?
I feel like
I want an open game test as to let in new criticism and see what people's thoughts are on the game. Civil thoughts on the game.
Question number 40. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but what happens if Nintendo finds out about this Mario horror game? Nintendo takes down fan games every often, so what's the plan if they find out?
And this is my assumption, don't get me wrong, not all of our designs are super safe. Like, don't get me wrong.
not only are we trying to make our shit copyright free, we're also not making money off this. I need to stress this enough. We are not making money off of this.
You're not making any form of profit off of this in any way, shape, or form. Any and all profits that do come from it is probably somebody else getting profit off of us.
I was gonna say, Kimbergy, about the game, do you want to bring up your dinosaur game plan?
Okay, so if the game is ever taken down, the game will go back up as a game called Dinosaur Roleplay. It'll be an iconless game. Icon. Every update will just be named after dinosaurs. Velociraptor or something.
Stegosaurus.
Like,
Brachiocephalus.
stuff like that.
Dinosaur.
Like, if the game ever gets taken down, it will literally just go up as a game called Dinosaur Roleplay.
Nothing's just gonna be changed. The only thing is just gonna be changed is just the front
name
door.
and the icon.
Yeah, like the front door of the game. Like, everything is different, but as soon as you enter it, it's the same lovable game that you guys like. Question 41. In LMS, will it be similar to most asym games where it's just a 1v1 with no special effects? Or will you follow OM steps and make survivors in LMS have a thing like extra health or lower cooldowns, etc.?
Survivors in LMS will get health boosts and lower cooldowns. What those are right now still have yet to be put in game. So as of now, there are no buffs yet in game. One of the many things we still need to add, but that'll be last gameplay wise.
Similar to OM, it would also be like whatever buffs a character gets during LMS will be heavily dependent on what kind of character they are. So like for Wharton, for example, he's not gonna get much health, or extra health.
He already has
LMS.
a shit ton, so...
Yeah.
I mean, we did lower his health down to 125.
No, I know, but I'm still saying he has above average health, so he won't get as much.
Alright, that's pretty much it for the first release questions. Next ones are going to be future plans and fan suggestions. Question 1. Are you planning just to add original killers or plan to use other horror brews even?
We definitely plan to broaden our horizon a little bit more. Coming days metaphorically speaking. Regardless of what you guys think fits the roster, we are not just doing horror brew stuff or Mario.exe stuff. We want to broaden our horizons to media that are not only familiar to us in the present, but also in the past.
If it's a Mario media that you think fits the game, you want us a suggestion, go ahead. We're happy to see what you can come up with ideas.
Do they plan to add on the survivor count? Currently only 5 survivors will be in the game, but when more characters are added, will the numbers of survivors in game increase?
Yes, the max will be 8. The max will be 8 by like post-release, at least some degree.
Yeah.
Question 4. Mario Galaxy. That's all I ask.
I'm guessing just have some representation. I mean,
Just anything Mario Galaxy related.
I said this in one of the takes. The Ringmaster is made of the leftover essence of Luma. Take that as you will.
Yeah.
He's a conglomeration of a bunch of dark matter left over from the Lumas that stop the black hole in galaxies.
Okay. That's interesting lore.
As you will.
Alright, next question. Will the killers / executioners be mostly based on EXEs or actual Mario characters?
well, most of them are based on like Mario characters, obviously, but in terms of like EXEs, if they mean like, are we going to have killers that are inspired off of certain EXEs or horror brews? And if that's the answer, it's like probably not, because we'd want our roster to be diverse and unique.
But if you mean if literal Mario characters as killers, there are chances that we could use that.
Yeah, there are a few Mario characters.
Again, like we said, this is a more Mario media asymmetrical, not less horribly asymmetrical.
Question 6. Will Luigi have voice lines?
Yes.
Yes.
He will be sentence mixed like an actual YouTube poop.
With the grains of like actual voice acting in there.
Yeah,
Like,
he will have a voice actor, quote unquote, but
he will have a bass voice, but he will
He will use
majority
sentence mixing.
mixing.
Question 7. Will there be anything related to Super Mario Dollar in the game?
Cannot confirm nor deny.
yeah.
Oh, bro. Yeah, a bunch of questions were unfortunately left unanswered. So if you notice a bunch of random number skips in the video, that's just me cutting off some questions that weren't able to be answered. The dev team did apologize for this, as they really wanted to tell you guys everything, but they gotta keep it a secret, or else it's not gonna be that satisfying when you first hear about it. But anyways, while we're here, you should subscribe. I want to continue interviewing so many wonderful games, so just by subscribing could help me reach out to a bigger and wider audience and get the chance to interview those amazing games. Anyways, let's continue on. Next question. Question 12. Can you add Mr. Virtual? That'd be tough.
No.
Yeah,
Deconfirmed.
this one's a straight up
Sorry.
no.
Question 14. Will Kilobyte be in this game since MX was deconfirmed?
No.
They were also deconfirmed with MX. Sorry, their catalog as a Mario mix. We deconfirmed Mario mix.
We have posted our deconfirmed list on our Discord. Maybe we need to put. You know what? We should probably
You
post
just
it on
slide it on screen like a green screen MS Paint thing. Like just slide it on.
We should
screen.
also probably
Just in
post it on.
case.
We should probably also post it on our Twitter as well.
Alright, next question. Question 15. Will there be a double trouble mode?
I'd like there to be a double trouble mode. What I'd do is like add custom dialogue between both killers, which I think would be pretty cool.
Wasn't there like a different version of Double Trouble? Or it's like a competition one instead?
Oh yeah, head to head, where it's like double trouble, but it's to see who can kill the most toys within the match.
I heard that killers can actually like interact with each other there and like hurt each other.
That's one of our plans.
Question number 17. Any ideas in mind for toys, hunters, power-ups, maps, etc.? Like any of your own that you want to add personally that like it's not confirmed.
I don't know, maybe like Tung Tung Samario.
And you're probably getting fired.
Ah, shit.
If our boss is looking at this video.
I'm including that in.
Ah, shucks. Can you make it? Wait, no, make
No,
it.
you said shucks!
wait.
No! What are some of the hardest parts of developing a sim horror game?
Keeping people motivated.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's hard.
Definitely a rocky road, but yeah.
We're getting there.
Question 21. Will we get more Ouija lore?
Eventually.
Yeah, in due time.
My basic, and this is like not on paper, so nothing's final until it's like down on a doc or something, like an official doc. Memes grow their power through their internet name and fame, and that's why Ouija's so powerful in like the toy box in general. His power is built around like all of the fame and everything he amassed during his time as a popular meme. The only competitor he really has in terms of power, and you'll probably never see him, is like Sanic. It's really the only other character that I can say that exists that's like even close.
Wasn't there something about his invitation where he says he invited himself and then the other killers were afraid of him or something?
Yeah, he
did.
did not invite himself. The ringmaster got drunk and invited him from a bar.
Question 22. I got a question. Will too late EXE Luigi be in-game character in the game?
Absolutely not.
They're deconfirmed. Sorry.
Question 26. What is the limit of what characters y'all can add?
There is no limit, to be honest. I already discussed it earlier, but we add what we like. It's also a mixture of just trying to speak to people's childhoods and to those demographics that we're trying to target.
Like, for hell's sake, we got Ouija here.
Question 27. Question. Granddad.
Oh no.
Do you know anything about Granddad? Will he just be a skin?
Maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Question 29. Is there any lore to Paper.Devourer that's different from canon? And also, is there a reason why King Bob-omb got confirmation for being dead?
Devourer's lore, as of now, as of this take, it's gonna line up more with the original now than it does like being its own thing, as to avoid like mischaracterization with TC Devour. Like TC Devour and Base Devour like align in story and such. King Bob-omb, I don't know.
It was told to me in the previous take, he was gonna be used as a like a map thing where he just explodes explodes on like Bob-omb Battlefield or something.
Yeah, he drops down from the sky as dead corpse and explodes onto the map in Battlefield.
Question 3-2. Ouija gonna be on the next update after Alpha or Devourer?
He's the update after Ouija is the update after Alpha.
Will Devourer also come along with Ouija, or is he gonna be like a next one?
Devour is not until, from what I can recall, 0.4. Ouija is actually a part 2 update to 0.1. So you get Ouija in a hotfix.
The second one is like the second question to the first. Could we get Ouija Chase soon? Pretty please.
No. No.
No.
Is it still being developed, the music chase?
The chase is done. You get it when Ouija is ready.
Question 34. Dear devs, what other survivors and killers are you planning to add in the future? So basically, who else are you having planned that you can reveal?
Obviously, Shumish.
That's it?
Well, you said the ones that we can say.
Yeah.
Shroomus is the only one you could say. Oh, bro. There's going to be a lot of good ones that are being, like, under locks. I bet they're going to be good, though.
You said the ones that we can say. It's like, well, Shumish.
Question 35. Will there be any Mario EXEs from the Mario Madness FNF mod in this game? Either skins or actual killers?
No.
Question 38. Will Sonic be a private server character if you do those? I did see a version of Sonic in the wiki. Would that actually be true?
No.
Needle is for story, like for world building.
Needle is to imply that there are other possible video game characters that have designs like that. It's more to show like
Another example would be our Kirby Gamu Borer.
Question 39. Will Cool Rash have an MX skin or a MX inspired MX skin? What?
No. Unfortunately not, because we don't want to.
Well, that's pretty much it for the future questions. Unfortunately, a lot of these were not confirmed or denied, but I mean, we got the closest. Anyways, we should move on to the next one. The next section is the final section. This section is development questions, so questions that people have for you. Question 1. What is the criteria to choose a survivor or killer?
It depends on if we find interest in it or if we want to put it in the game. If we have a lot of interest for it and if we really, really love it, we show interest in it, then we'll
also
put it in.
contain the facts of what it can we do for like its moveset, or how can we flesh it out than just be a blank and simple thing.
Alright. Question 2. Will there be any differences between the Catastrophes and Outcome memories gameplay-wise? I'm sure there are a few.
There are quite a few.
I mean, well, there's the elephant in the room called jumping, but
Yeah. Outcome is just really just a lot of running around. This one is just more like platform jumping based. So it's definitely going to be more separate. Question 3. Do you like making the game?
if we wouldn't like making the game, you would have known this cancellation a long time ago.
Yeah. Alright, next question. Question 4. What are they most excited for? Like, what part of development?
Probably a lot of the later stuff after 01. 01 is kind of the beginning of
For my
something
case, I
big.
guess it's just seeing the final product, considering how much we have done as it is.
Question 5. When designing the characters, how hard was it to make them recognizable as Mario characters, but not too similar for copyright to be an issue?
Since I'm sure a lot of ASYM similar to ours have not grasped our idea of a character free design. Let's put Lewis for an example. Lewis, you can see it's Luigi, but he has certain features that makes him different. The thing we do is that if a character has beta design, we take it apart, our decision to base those features from the beta design. But if nor near, we made some in other media that this character has appeared and made him strategically different. For example, with Lewis. The inverted palette you could consider comes back for the Mario Bros. Super Show. My point is that when we make a TC design, we don't just say, oh, let's copyright free the character. We take backwards other medias and other places they've been to have a idea of what we want to design, and then we flesh it out and see how it looks. This can hopefully help other ASYMs that have this problem by not knowing what you could do with a copyright free design.
Question 6. So my only question is, will there be any way us normies can apply to be a tester or VA?
For VAs, if I like your voice, I might just randomly approach you in DMs to voice a miscellaneous character, which I will not name. Randomly getting tester in the community is impossible right now.
Question 7. What was the hardest thing to code inside the game?
Most likely the hitboxes. We didn't have hitboxes in development for like a good 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months into development, we had like running around and stuff down pat, but we didn't have any hitboxes or anything of the sort.
Another tangent, while not as horror, we haven't had the worst time with some animations. Just Roblox
God,
does
animations.
not like animations at all. God forbid the model just rips itself apart or it just floats randomly.
Question number 8. I know the process for hunters from one interview is whether or not the team likes them or think it's a cool idea. Is it the same way with the toys?
We also, if we can't have them, we create them and probably use them for a different purpose.
Next question. What got you into Mario? And what was your first instance of finding a Mario creepypasta?
My gateway into Mario was a lot of Mario plush content and Mario gaming YouTubers. Shout out to the cute Mario Bros. I love you.
Oh my gosh, that's
Let me
ancient shit, bro. You just reminded me.
Victim 1 was definitely... Victim 1 had appeared in a plush video, which I can't remember. It was a really old video, but it was like Mario or something playing, like, you know, the Mario ROM hack. And Victim 1 was in that video.
In my case, if you know who the YouTuber Goomzilla is, I got into Mario for this video reviewing the Mushroom Factory, Bowser's Mushroom Factory. That might be an old-ass video as of now. As for a creepypasta based around Mario, for a laughable extent, it was actually, I Hate You, Luigi.
Question 11. How's the development going?
Pretty good.
Any bumps? Any forks in the road as of currently? Nothing?
Nothing that we can talk about.
Alright, question 12. Could Wharton beat Cool Rash in an arm wrestling match? Serious question,
No.
by the way.
Because Cool Rash would cheat and burn Wharton's arm off. The dude drinks oil for 24/7. You'd think with bad breath he could just disintegrate the man.
Question 13. What was the character with the most change in development?
Probably...
Either
Definitely.
Cool Rash or recently Wharton.
Question 14. Are there any survivors/killers you're super excited to add to the game and show off? Also, can't wait to see your game. It looks amazing.
I guess just Ouija. For
Shroomish. Oh, shroomish with a slice of blueberry pie.
Question 15. How much stuff are you able to add that represents both Mario and Mario EXE history? Like how OM is a love letter to the Sonic and Sonic.exe community.
Well, you could think Cool Rush is already a way to show it since he's the original one, technically.
I'd say we want to add like a pretty diverse cast. We're
Not-
trying our best to make it diverse.
So pretty much adding anything from the
Interesting.
past, present, and any future development ones. You're just making sure there's a bit of everything in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to make it a repeated, it's just all Marios. We want to make it a fresh cast, that way people can have, there's different variety, that way people can choose different characters and what they like.
Alright then. Well, that was the last question. Thank you so much for answering all of this, and thank you so much for letting me interview you guys. This game is gotta be like a really good game that I'm really anticipated for. It's a really good, interesting take.
And to be fair, for being like the first genuine try of this concept, I can't believe how much it expanded upon ever since. Like, there's like, what? Outside from ours, there's like other 4 Mario asymmetrical horror games.
We were the experiment, more or less. We were the test.
We're like the lab rat for this concept.
Do you guys have any final thoughts or anything you want to say before I end this interview?
If and when the game comes out, this is kind of for future reference. It won't be perfect, but it'll be made with love and care. This is meant to be a love letter to not just Horror Brew Media, but also Mario EXEs and just general Mario horror and media in general. Upcoming or not, we want to show these characters respect.
Alright then, well, thank you so much for helping me with this interview, and thank you for joining in. That's pretty much it for the interview. If you're very interested in playing this game, go ahead and join their Discord below. You can find more information there, and you'll be updated on anything new that's coming to the game. If you want to see any more interviews later down the line in the future from me, go ahead and subscribe. I have more interviews planned soon for the future.